What's up, BlueTube? It's your boy, the Blu-ray Bandit. Back once again with another 4K eBay haul. This one coming to us from Pine Island, New York. Let's see what I got. First up, we have Bullet Train starring Brad Pitt. This one from the director of the recent Fall Guy movie, David Leitch. I enjoyed Bullet Train. I mean, it's not a classic or anything, but it's a fun action movie. It's fun to see Brad Pitt still out there and kicking. It's a little bit of a 90s throwback film, but I like the 90s. It worked for me. Maybe someday I'll get rid of it. It fetches about $13 on eBay right now. For now, though, it's going to pad out my 4K collection. Here's a movie I'm definitely reselling. It's Morbius. A New Legend Arrives, starring Jared Leto. An infamously bad movie. Really a movie that's more fun to make fun of than to actually watch. It's not that the movie's that particularly awful. It's just kind of nonsensical and mostly stupid. I'm going to resell it. Here's another one that is mostly stupid, I would say. This is Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg in the big screen adaptation of the hit video game Uncharted. Yeah, this one was so long in gestation. I remember them announcing Uncharted as a movie that was to be made, and then like a decade passed, and maybe even more than that. And then eventually it was made and it came out, and nobody cared because it wasn't particularly good. And I'm pretty sure Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg really wanted this to be a franchise, and instead it's a one and done. I'm going to take a little bit of a loss on this one, but I'm going to resell it anyway. Next up, The Eternals, maybe my least favorite Marvel movie of all time. And I don't even think it's that bad. It just doesn't make sense as a Marvel movie. I'm not sure whose idea it was to have Chloe Zhao direct this movie, because it just, she's not a Marvel movie director, and Eternals was a property from Marvel that most people didn't have any attachment to, and the characters are kind of unlikable in this movie, and you kind of have to have a few likable characters for people to latch onto the property. It's not enough just to put Marvel Studios across the top. That being said, I'm trying to collect all the MCU movies. This is one I didn't even have on Blu-ray, so for better or for worse, added to the collection. Now here's a Marvel movie I enjoyed a lot, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Probably what I enjoy the most about it is the direction from Sam Raimi. I love the tone of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man superhero films, and I kind of feel like he brought that kind of energy to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. No digital code there, unfortunately. Yeah, I even loved the little horror touches towards the end with zombie Doctor Strange, and the musical note fight was pretty awesome as well, added to the MCU collection. A Knock at the Cabin, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. A weird kind of lower budget single location thriller from the twist master himself. And by twist master, I mean he's got a couple good twists in a couple films, but that doesn't stop him from cramming a twist in each and every one of his movies. Yeah, M. Night definitely hit or miss, but he's always swinging. Not my favorite M. Night movie, but it's in 4K. I might want to rewatch it someday, so I'm adding it to the shelves. Another one I'm adding to the shelves, the Super Mario Brothers movie from last year or so. I think this is a 2023 movie. I quite enjoyed this movie the first time I saw it in theaters. It's a little safe, but at least it wasn't the 90s attempt, which barely even resembled the characters we know and love. I mean, the 90s film has its place in history, but this was definitely a course correction, I would say, when it comes to Super Mario Brothers adaptations for the big screen. I'm sure they're going to do a sequel, and I'm hoping they stretch a little more than they did with this one. That being said, I still had a good time with it. I'm happy to add this one to the collection. Dungeons and Dragons. This is the recent reboot of the series, subtitled Honor Among Thieves. I enjoyed this one. I remember when it came out, people were like flipping out a little bit. It was kind of the sentiment of like, oh, we thought this was going to be crap, but it's actually good. And is it actually good? I mean, it's competent. I didn't hate watch it, that's for sure. But I mean, is this really the classic that everybody's leading on for it to be? I don't know. I'm not fully convinced, but I want to give it a rewatch someday. So right now I'm going to keep it in 4K. And finally, we've got The Fabelmans. This is probably the title in this haul that I'm most excited about. This movie was directed by Steven Spielberg. And with this title, I officially have all of Steven Spielberg's filmography once again. I'm still missing a couple of 4K upgrades here and there, but I'm glad to have been able to pick this one up for about $10 in this haul to once again grab the bragging points of every Spielberg title being in my collection. The movie, pretty good as dramas go. I especially liked the sentimentality of the ending. If you like Steven Spielberg, you should definitely check it out. If you like dramas, you won't go wrong either. But if none of that means much to you, you could probably skip it. And there we go. 9 titles at a total cost of $85.65. That's a per title average of $9.51 each and an estimated value of $95. We are the few against the many. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.